All right, let's fucking do it.
Listen up, motherfuckers, I'm about to spit. About the world's greatest show, yeah, this is it. Better prepare, your anus is gonna get insane. Who's out of his mind, Dusty Smith's his name.
When J-Rock drops,
it's time to begin.
to talk about you, to make fun of them.
Then the trash word, oh lord, the world's on fire. Beyond parody shit, it's getting so tired. Religious bullshit, you know it won't make you feel like dying. Cause they touch more children than an OBGY. And from zeros to heroes just for one day. It's the world's greatest show and it's coming your way. It's
Time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow old, clearly. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. What? It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow old. It's time for the Dusty Show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to humanity's finest program. It's me, Dusty. Thank you guys for joining me. And the audio should be sounding better tonight. You guys are complaining the audio was low, and also before it was hissing, which is why I turned it down lower to begin with, but I fixed it. Hell yeah. So it should sound amazing, and it should be more even with the other audio I'm playing tonight. So progress. I've only been doing it 15 years, folks. 15 years. So eventually, like another 20, 25 years, I'm going to be good at this. So work in progress. But thank you guys for joining me. You guys know what happened? Remember last show I told you guys that I got a loaner, Apple Vision Pro I was going to get to try out? Well, it wasn't a local person that was going to let me borrow it. It was somebody shipping it. And I think it got stolen. Yeah, it's like, it was supposed to be delivered day before yesterday. And it got to Memphis. And then it disappeared off the face of the earth. So not good, Memphis. A little depressed about that. I was enjoying the thought of me getting to do a review of it. Because, you know, I'm an expert on the VR. So we'll see. Maybe it'll show up. I'm not going to get my panties in a bunch too much just yet. But if it doesn't show up soon, I'm going to cry, y'all. Ugly cry. Not going to be pretty. Anyway, as always, could you consider super chatting me? Like below the show, the super chat. No questions dodged. I answer them all. It is right here. Boom. See the chat. Chatty chat chat. There's a $sign. Click it and then donate whatever you want to. The more you donate, the more I take your question very seriously. And you can immortalize yourself forever and ever and ever for the AI to be watching in a million years. And they're going to go back in time and resurrect you. It's really your only chance at immortality. Super chat. So no pressure. No pressure. But you'll be dead forever. Non-existent if you don't super chat me. Once again, no pressure. Anyway, let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. Got a pretty good one tonight. Gonna cover the fuckery with the Republicans, as always, you know, it's the same thing. Even got a he shall be Elon section. Elon been racist as fuck continuously. Toby Keith, deleted, belly up. We're going to take a look at that and the scandals involving him and the Dixie Chicks. Tucker Carlson in Russia. Who could have seen that coming? I guess everybody on the face of the earth. But let's go ahead and kick it off, folks, with a little trash world. The trash world. The trash world is a dumpster fire, so hellish. A trash world. A trash world. Everything sucks. All the time. Toby Keith is dead, y'all. In the trash world. First off, on the trash world, yep. I know if you're like me, you're going to beat off extra hard this 9/11 in honor of Toby Keith. Jingoistic, patriotic, dipshit. Toby Keith got us all riled up to go kill some brown people in Iraq for America. Courtesy of the red, white, and blue, we gonna murder all y'all. Even though you didn't have anything to do with 9/11, we still gonna murder like 1 million of y'all and bankrupt our country. Spend like $5 trillion because America, we got a black eye. Now, it's our turn to show you. We gonna roll our sleeves up and beat the shit out of you. Mostly innocent people that didn't have anything to do with it. So, yeah. Toby Keith, not a fan. Didn't like his music. It was terrible. One of these guys who literally made a living shilling patriotism and war and violence. Horrible sack of shit human being whose own body hated him so much it killed him. I guess our bodies are killing us all, but his didn't quit with cancer. And if you don't remember who Toby Keith is, here he is.
Soon America's gonna get you, gonna go kaboom. Was nice to admit you, 'cause you don't mess around with God's America.
No, sir. Get it! Get it! Toby Keith! As far as you guys know, that was Toby Keith. That's basically what it sounded like. It was just complete garbage. Embarrassing. It made country even more embarrassing than it already was, and it was already real fucking embarrassing. So you guys might remember he had a little feud with the Dixie Chicks. Dixie Chicks were like trying to stand up for murdered people in Iraq and Afghanistan, and she was like, hey, Natalie was like, hey, maybe George Bush is not a great guy. Maybe he lied about weapons of mass destruction and is spending trillions of dollars to kill innocent people. Maybe that's bad. And of course, all the chuds were like, oh my God, you traitor to the country. I dare you try to protect innocent people from us murdering them. We're going to take your CDs and put them out in the parking lot and run over them with a steamroller, which is what happened. And Toby Keith, who, like I said, made his living of shilling violence in the name of patriotism, was mad at them. The early 2000s were fraught political time in the wake of September 11th, and few knew that better than Toby Keith and Natalie Maines of the Chicks, formerly known as the Dixie Chicks. They had to take Dixie out of their name because it's racist as fuck. The country stars famously feuded over their political views in 2002. And 2003, though Keith, who died on Monday night at 62, eventually said that a personal tragedy inspired him to bury the hatchet. Too late. In the aftermath of September 11 terrorist attacks, Keith leaned heavily into his patriotism, releasing songs like Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, The Angry American, which glorified war and violence in the name of American freedom. The song struck a nerve with Maines, now 49, who in August 2002 told the Los Angeles Daily News she found the song ignorant. It is ignorant. I hate it. It makes country music sound ignorant. It targets an entire culture and not just bad people who did bad things. She told the outlet, you got to have some tact. Anyone could write, we'll put a boot in your ass, but a lot of people agree with it. They did. They did. War and death was hugely popular. Keith responded to Maine's diss a few months later in an interview with CMT.com, during which he dismissed her opinion as she was not a songwriter and said he felt as though the opinion of a person experiencing homelessness would be comparable to what she thought of his music. For a time, he also displayed a doctored photo of Maines and Saddam Hussein at his concert. Yeah, it's the same thing Israel's doing. If you don't want innocent people to die, you don't think Israel has a right to defend themselves. If you don't want a lot of Iraqis to die, you support Saddam Hussein. It's the kind of black and white mentality that got us into these forever fucking wars and helped to bankrupt our country. The backlash for the Chicks was swift, and before long, their music was boycotted, record sales dropped, and they received death threats. Yeah, it was bad, y'all. So, jackass, horrible musician, seemed like a bad guy, didn't care for him. Toby Keith, and yeah, here's the picture he put up of Saddam Hussein, former dictator of Iraq, and Natalie Maines, formerly with the Dixie Chicks, Dixie duo, songs of peace and love. He put up at his concert to shit on her, you know, for wanting peace instead of murdering innocent people. So, bad, murder-enabling piece of shit, Toby Keith. Let's take a look at his warmongering song, Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. This is the kind of embarrassing shit that was real popular after 9/11. American girls and American guys will always stand up and salute. I'll give you a middle finger salute. We'll always recognize when we see Old Glory flying. Fuck the flag. Who gives a shit about that goddamn flag? Shut the fuck up, assholes. There are a lot of men dead. If you died for a fucking flag, that's on you. You got brainwashed to die for some cloth and die on the fucking cloth? That's just stupid. That's fucking stupid. Of course, they didn't really die. They died for other things. But anyway. So we can sleep in peace at night when we lay down on our head. Yeah, all those Iraqi children we killed, they were really a threat to our freedom. My daddy served in the army where he lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard. Well, I mean, your daddy should have been probably where the fuck he was, I'm imagining, you know. He probably would have lost his eye and risked his life for some stupid rich asshole, like most people in the military do. Until the day he died, he wanted my mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy. Well, then he should have pushed for socialized medicine. He should have pushed for wealth equality, you know, free education. Instead of forever war, bankrupting the country, spending trillions of dollars to murder people, which we could have used that money to actually help fucking people. In the land of the free. Yeah, we're so free here. Incarcerate more people than any other country on earth. Now, this nation that I love has fallen under attack. I wonder why. They literally told us, dude. They told us. Was it because they hate our freedoms? It was a lot because our unending support for Israel and the genocide of the Palestinian people, same as it ever was. Soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world. Fuck you. We attacked goddamn Iraq. It was Saudi Arabia, who we sell weapons to, who are our best fucking friends, who all the goddamn right-wing dipshits that you supported bow and script to. Like the 4th of July, hey, we sure did bomb a lot of people. We sure did murder a lot of people, Toby Keith. I guess you're dead now. You can't hear me, you sick fuck, but we sure did. Uncle Sam. Put your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And the eagle will fly, man. It's going to be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell. And it feels like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Yeah, children, when your body parts are flying all over the place and you're wondering, why? Why did you kill my whole family? It's because we're America. We can kill anybody who we fucking want to. You should be honored to be murdered by us. Justice will be served and the battle will rage. No justice was served. We were the bad guys. This big dog will fight. When you rattle his cage, you're literally just a dipshit. You were a dipshit, rich asshole who didn't fucking fight. You sang songs, got tubby, and then died of cancer. And you'll be sorry that you messed with the US of A. They literally didn't do any of that. They were just minding their own business mostly. And you murdered them all. Because we'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. He's right about that. We will just kill you and murder you and take your shit. That is the American way. Anyway, embarrassing. Wrong side of history. I agree with this. Toby Keith died and nah. Dixie Chicks. But destroyed their career. So they probably not happy about it anyway. Meanwhile, Toby Keith like, it's time to go. Was I a good country singer? Hell no. You turned country from class solidarity and fighting the establishment to cheap patriotism, pandering to conservatives courtesy of the red, white, and blue is pure dog butt country. Yes, it is. Dog shit butt country. Horrible. Embarrassing. Red Solo Cup, I lift you up. Shut the fuck up. Toby Keith took a chance on Taylor Swift. This is the new thing. Now, they got to blame Taylor Swift for everything, folks. Toby Keith died, and they're mad at Taylor Swift. Why? Because the first record label that she signed to was partly owned by Toby Keith, and she ain't said a word about his death yet. Where is your loyalty to this violent jackass, Taylor Swift? Derek Utley. Toby Keith took a chance on Taylor Swift when she was 15. He signed her to his record label and took her on his tour. He passed away from stomach cancer yesterday. Good. Which is a horrible illness. Yeah, for a horrible sack of shit. Taylor didn't mention Toby once yesterday. Fuck Toby Keith. Taylor only cares about herself. And here she is, I guess, when she was 15, and her and Toby Keith.
Thanks. I think it's too thin. I need more hair.
Hair talk at Hendersonville High is a serious subject for 15-year-old Taylor Swift, considering her hair and face are already in national magazine ads and coming soon to the cover of her first big record.
I wonder if she's going to make it.
She came to Nashville last year writing her own songs, singing them, and hoping someone would like them. Toby
Nobody
Keith
did.
So much so that he just signed her to his new record label.
Oh, snap.
That makes them partners.
You're in the room with him and you can feel it. There's a power there and you're just like, oh my God. So I don't think I'll ever get to a point where I won't see him and be like, oh my God, that's Toby Keith.
I bet you will get to a point where you won't see him because he's dead. Anyway, they all matter, folks. Bruce Bain, Taylor Swift's silence is deafening on death of legendary country icon who started her career late, Toby Keith. John Rickus is all. This is John Rich from Big and Rich. I guess he's now the most famous chud dipshit in country music. When is Taylor Swift going to share some words about Toby Keith? Never. Who gives a shit? The man who discovered her got her the first record deal. Taylor, where are you today? Why you got to make it about Taylor Swift? The only reason you guys are shitting on Taylor Swift because you mad about the Super Bowl. Because you mad that she might register some people to fucking vote. And they ain't gonna vote for your boy Trump. That's the only reason you're bringing her into this. We can see right the fuck through you. Transfer! That's what you are. And then moving along on the trash world, you guys hear about iPrep Academy in South Florida, who is now demanding parents consent for a Black History Month. They're sending permission slips home at this school in order to opt out of learning about Black History Month. I guess you got to opt in. You have to get permission to even hear about successful Black people in Florida now, folks. Black History Month has now become an educational target in Florida. In the wake of the state's strenuous laws on education, parents in one school system are now required to give their consent for their children to learn about the month-long celebration, which has been federally recognized since 1976. According to Miami ABC affiliate, the parents of students at iPrep Academy were asked to sign permission slips in order for their children to participate in Black History Month. Class and school-wide presentations showcasing the achievements and recognition, the rich and diverse traditions, histories, and innumerable contributions of the Black communities. Oh my God. You can't tell us about successful Black people, folks, without getting permission. It's like sex education. We don't want to hear that. You don't make white people feel bad about themselves. You mean white people aren't responsible for every good thing in history? Fuck that. Just got to erase that from history. Super cool, Florida. Definitely going in the right direction. And meanwhile, you guys remember this case I shared with you guys when it happened. Police in Colorado stopped a mother and her 4 children and handcuffed them for the crime of being parked while Black. Remember this?
Let's go hands on. Ma'am?
You can walk up to the fucking vehicle.
We can't walk up to a vehicle because we don't know what's inside the vehicle and what's going on. We'll find out. Okay, we'll find out, ma'am. Put your hand on small your back.
You got me fucked up.
Got her fucked up. Anyway, you can hear her
Okay.
children screaming. She didn't do anything wrong, crying. And I told you guys at the time, you know what's going to happen? She's going to file a lawsuit. She's going to get paid millions of dollars. The taxpayers are going to pay for it. The cops not going to get held responsible in any way. And that's exactly what happened. They just got $1.9 million from you and me, the good old stupid taxpayers, and cops just laughing their ass off. They're like, we get to abuse you, and then you guys got to foot the bill for it while we make $100,000 a year and get promoted for it. No accountability whatsoever. God, this is great. They love feasting upon us, and we just let them do it because we are bootlickers in this country, courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Meanwhile, speaking of fucking pigs, this went super viral. This is the life experience of these unfortunate individuals whose parents named them James Bond.
When your name is James Bond and you have encounters with the police, it's a good idea to have your ID with you.
So he's flashing light on my face and he goes,
You. And I'm like, yes, sir. He's like,
what's your name?
Tell me your name.
When it got to me, I'm like, shit.
oh shit, I'm about to die. So I tell him, James. And he says, do you got a last name there, James? And I said, Bond.
James Bond.
James Bond.
My name James Bond. And they'll just think I'm a cocky little teenager giving him some flack.
And so he reached through the window of the car and grabbed me by my shirt and said, you f***ed with the wrong guy on the wrong day, and proceeded to pull me through the window of the car.
He looked at me like, I'm gonna give you one more chance to tell me the truth.
I'm telling the guy, please, 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 my name really is James Bond.
My name is James Bond.
Man, my name James Bond.
That right there was enough to get the guy to draw down on me. Up from the holster and right in my face. And he's like, you're right, and I'm Donald f***ing Duck. Get on the ground, get on the ground. He sort of calmed down, had me stand at the back of the car, went back to his car, ran my driver's license, came back and said, that's a cool name, son. And went ahead and let me go.
I did get convicted of that. Do you believe that? I did get
I believe
convicted of that.
You
Because
black.
the judge said that I was obstructing the police officer from doing his job by me saying my name in a jokingly manner. I looked at the judge like, are you serious? How can I say, James Bond in a jokingly manner? I just said my name. And yeah, I had to do like 60 days in the county jail for that.
Black.
60 days.
While
60
being named
days.
James Bond.
That right there at that instance made me look at them at a different way
I bet
because
it
I
did.
knew that I had long way to go with them. You know what I mean? By my name being James Bond and I'm black.
I heard that. Didn't arrest the white dude. That's interesting and shocking. ACAB, fuck everything about this system. But we get the system we deserve, folks. And that's my trash world. What do we think about that? Crazy. Yes, it is crazy. American cops in one brain cell. Yep, they all sharing it. It's a small brain cell, too. I'll let what I'm here. Oh, police brutality. Yep. Shocker. Here's your shock face. And in a state that's mostly black, yep. It's always the way. Can't teach black history. Why would you teach it? Might make black people think they actually have a place in our society. Can't have that. Got to continuously disenfranchise them. It was funny to that fucked up ending. Wasn't that funny? People getting guns pulled on them and shit. Cops abusing their power and privilege. How we go, Jimmy Bond. Yep. Make up a name. Then they can look in the driver's license for themselves. Jody Bond. Misty is cute. Look, a parrot cat. Perched on my shoulder. Does she love daddy? I think she might. And all right, move right along, folks. What we got next? Oh, hell yeah. Prepare your anus. It's beyond parody. Beyond parody. And starting us off this week, I love how chuds are so desperate to be incensed about anything. These whitey piss baby snowflakes just searching the internet trying to find something to be mad about because posting outrage on Twitter is how they make money now. Elon Musk literally pays them for exploiting the system and putting whatever gets clicks and whatnot. So this week, it's popular right-wing influencer in wokeness who is furious at Netflix because Netflix made a new documentary about Alexander the Great. Within the first 8 minutes, they turned him gay. No, I can't believe they turned Alexander the Great gay. Even though, you know, they were all gay. He was super gay. Gay as fuck. Next thing you know, folks, they're going to be claiming that the Spartans from 300 were some kind of boy lovers or something. Psh, rewriting history. This is Sparta. Fucking wokeness. Wokesters just out of control. But of course, just FYI from my reading of history, Alexander the Great was a well-known bisexual who actually preferred men. And this is from the MAGA shaman dude. The QAnon shaman actually corrected the record. You know you're fucked when QAnon shaman is the voice of reason. And of course, in wokeness still doubling down. He got community noted. Alexander the Great having sexual relations with other men is not unproven speculation. It's not. But he's like, it's still unproven speculation and should definitely not be shoved in the first 8 minutes. Why not? How about 9 minutes? Tim, when is it appropriate to mention his sexuality in this documentary? But always got to complain about something hilarious. People that are real worried about rewriting history. Meanwhile, folks, I am not making this up. This is an actual headline from Blaze Media. It says, sure, the left has Taylor Swift, but we have cat turd. I can't make this up, folks. Can't make it up. I went and I read this article. It is real. It exists. And basically the article is like, hey, yeah, okay, they got Taylor Swift, who's a billionaire, most popular woman on earth, like can swing 20% of the vote. But what we got is a whole bunch of right-wing extremists on Twitter, like cat turd. So, pretty much the same thing. Bunch of right-wing shit posters and Taylor Swift equals out to each other. Just fucking incredibly embarrassing. I mean, but he's right, though. They do have a lock on social media. You got 9 out of the 10 most clicked on things every day on Facebook are right-wing. Most of the things that the algorithm on YouTube are sharing, right-wing. Elon Musk owns Twitter. Right-wing as fuck, does nothing but signal boost for right-wingers. So, yeah, I mean, they do have social media locked up. They are right about that. I guess I'll have to give them partial credit. And then, folks, things looking bad for Mike Lindell. Looks like he might be going bankrupt sooner rather than later, and he's just flailing and desperate. This is what happens when your company's in trouble. You start adding SKUs, just anything you can think of trying to sell to dig yourself out. But when you have too many SKUs, it actually works against you. I've watched enough Shark Tank to know that. I'm out. Anyway, here is pathetic Mike Lindell begging for you to buy anything as he throws all his shit at the wall to see what sticks.
Like the painting, everyone sees the painting when I do my this is the Vanessa. This is the one I have behind me in my the painting behind me in my pillow advertisements. And so her paintings are up there. You have here you have this is a friend of mine, Jim Hansel. These are made into placemats of products. US made like common products like socks, and then we have innovative products like here's this brush here that cleans inside bottles. I mean, it's every kind of like
I have all kinds of things, folks. Just please buy my shit. Yes, you can get this at the dollar store for 99 cents, but please buy it for me for $20. I'm begging you. He's in trouble, y'all. I'd love to see it, but don't worry, folks. Maybe he'll be the new RNC chair. Rona McDaniels, or whatever the fuck that bitch's name is, just resigned. And now he's like, I'll do it, please, Donald Trump, please pick me to be the RNC chair.
Occupied. Would you step forward? Would you volunteer to take over the RNC if the president so asked you?
100% I would. Then I would have all the tools I need to secure these elections immediately. We've already got everything in place. We just need resources and their blessing behind us. Absolutely.
Absolutely. You mean I get to grift in the name of the RNC? Just think of all the donations and the grifting I'll do. Put me in, coach. Of course, Trump ain't gonna put him in, even though Trump shouldn't be the one picking these people anyway. It's craziness, but we have two presidents now, and one of them is Donald Trump, unfortunately. And meanwhile, did you guys see this one? I can't prepare you for the ending. So we're going to start off with just your run-of-the-mill fear-mongering about immigrants. Immigrants are coming to murder your children. They're coming to give fentanyl to your cats. It's hell on earth. Joe Biden on purpose, letting gangs run wild in the streets and murder us all. Be very afraid, and then wait for the ending.
Border bill codifies Biden's Venezuelan parole play, so the president of the United States will be funneling gang members from Venezuela to your neck of the woods.
Definitely.
Either wittingly or unwittingly.
Or not at all.
These Latin gangs are building an army inside the country.
Oh, are they?
As we saw yesterday, brigades of Chinese migrants, communists,
Chinese?
marching into our country, growing unchecked.
What?
Central and South American gangs are already here fighting each other.
Oh, good.
And then fighting Black Street gangs over turf and drug distribution routes. Russian gangs, the mafia, already established players.
Already.
What kind of relationship does the Biden administration have with the cartels?
This.
We don't know.
We have no idea, y'all.
But it's a mutually beneficial one.
We got to find some kind of expert to bring on stat. Who can we get? Who's available, folks?
They win. We lose. Spanky Loco is a former gang member, and he joins us now.
Spanky Loco! They brought up the big guns, folks. How can you argue with, checks notes, Spanky Loco? Can't make it up. #1 cable news network in the country of America. Brought to you by the red, white, and blue. And try that in a small town. And, all right, that's my Beyond parody. Hell yeah, rocked it out tonight. Crackhead Mike. Suck your dick for some crack. What is the stock footage? Yes, it is. Fear-mongering. Direct from paid internet links. BBC shading us all with his awesomeness as always. That's what he do. He can't help himself. He actually sent me the new Free Palestine image we're going to do tonight. Here it is. After I load it up. Well, you can't see it because I'll show it to you when the time comes. Spanky Loco, I know Spanky. He took your name. He's taking your germs. He's the handsome brother. Oh my God, I can't believe that. No way he could be more handsome than you, Spanky. All right, move right along, folks. Get your super chats in. We're going to do a Chud Watch, and then we're going to read the super chats, and I got some unboxing to do. Got lots of cool stuff from you guys this week, so do it to it. Support the Floating Cats, the world's greatest show, the super chats. But for now, it's Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. Somebody said the audio is broken. Is the audio sound bad that I'm playing? What's it sound like? Is it, let me see. Maybe get rid of the limiter and the noise gate. All right, we'll try that and see if that works out better. You guys let me know. You sound good. Video sounds bad. All right, we're still working it out. Let's see how this sounds. You guys let me know. You know who's the really good guys, folks? The ones who are trying to ban books. There we go. Boom. All right, I'm working on audio sucks. My audio should be good. Okay, well, we're working it out, folks. We're working it out. Let's see how this sounds. Here is Missouri GOP candidate running for, I guess, Secretary of State, Valentina Gomez. And this is how you get elected as a Republican.
This is what I will do to the growing books when I become Secretary of State.
Let's go. Welcome to the main event. Applying pressure, but I promise I ain't make it down.
These books come from Missouri Public Library. When I'm in office, they will burn.
Yay, book burning! We're the good guys, y'all. They had gays in this book, so elect me immediately. Hell yeah, sounds good. Mic is clear, but all the other audio is muffled. Is it still muffled or was that good? Did that sound okay? Other stuff sucks. What was it? The other stuff, or did that sound okay? Did that also sound bad? You guys are behind a little bit, so it's hard to tell. Anyway, we'll work it out. It's all good. Sounded fine. All right. I had a limiter on it to make sure that it wouldn't peak, so I turned that off. Cool. They still won't vote for a minority, but she got a flamethrower, y'all. It's super cool. They're burning books. She's one of us. All right, cool. Everything's fixed now. Thanks for letting me know. Hell yeah. Work in progress. And then, folks, you notice how every time they mention Travis Kelce, boyfriend of Taylor Swift, they always call him Mr. Pfizer and Mr. Bud Light. They're always bagging on this guy for supporting Bud Light. Shitting on him as an insult. But you notice that they don't do this to anybody else. They don't do it to any right-wingers. Like right now, Bud Light is the official beer of the UFC. You never hear them talk about fucking Dana White, Mr. Bud Light, negatively. So it's an insult only if you're on the left. But if you're on the right, they never fucking mention it because they're hypocrites in every way. Case in point, this new Super Bowl Bud Light commercial came out featuring Dana White. And I guarantee you, they're not going to shit on any of the people in this commercial for being Mr. Bud Light. Let's have a look.
Are you? The Bud Light Genie? Yeah. So we get wishes? It's my thing. Gimme. 80s metal hair. Yes.
Filthy rich.
So filthy. Invisible. Predictable. Giant bicep. Big one. A sweet ride.
Hope I don't get copyrighted for this stupid goddamn song. That's in your it so they don't copyright me. Gotta make noise, y'all. They ain't gonna call Peyton Manning Mr. Bud Light now. Are they gonna shit on him? He's in a Bud Light commercial. Oh, God. Tranny semen Peyton Manning. Right? They're gonna be consistent, aren't you guys? No, of course not. They're still going to say it every time they talk about Kelce. They're still going to call him Mr. Bud Light while they shill for these same people that are selling Bud Light now. And it's Pre Malone. Pre Malone looking all skinny as shit. Might want to eat a sandwich, Pre Malone. Are they going to start calling Pre Malone Mr. Bud Light? Doubt it. No chance.
I'm a genie.
Gemini.
I'm a genie. Well, look at you.
Look at you. Dog.
I wish I was at that fight.
All right, you're there now. Now you're going to find Miss Dana White. Is Dana White Mr. Bud Light now? Literally got $100 million from Bud Light. So nothing? Of course not. And then, you know who else came out in support of Bud Light? Donald Trump, of course you did, folks, because Donald Trump is Mr. UFC now. He's at every UFC event. They're continuously sucking his dick. Him and Dana White are good friends. So now he's got to also show for Bud Light in order to cover for his good buddy, Dana White. So he out there basically saying, yeah, they made a huge mistake sending that one can to that one trans influencer with their picture on it. But let's forgive him, folks. And you could tell exactly where he's getting his talking points from because his talking points are 100% what Dana White said about it. Trump said, Anheuser-Busch is not a woke company. On the other hand, Anheuser-Busch spends $700 million a year with our great farmers, employs 65,000 Americans, of which 1,500 are veterans, and is a founding corporate partner of Folds of Honor, which provides scholarships for families of fallen service and members and women. They raised over $30 million and given 44,000 scholarships, he wrote. So that's exactly 100%, almost word for word, what Dana White said. So it's very clear where he's getting his marching orders from. But a lot of judges are still mad, folks. They just can't fucking let it go. Gays Against Groomers, which is another popular right-wing influencer Twitter account, says, I said I was going to keep my mouth shut, but he makes it so difficult. And yes, Bud Light is still served at all of his establishments. Why is he this way? Jamie Mitchell, the founder of Organization Against Groomer, wrote. And conservative commentator Matt Walsh, also mad. Matt Walsh want to keep this boycott going forever, want to bankrupt Bud Light. Send them a message. I dare you even acknowledge trans people exist. We have to destroy your whole company if you do that. Matt Walsh is like, Trump gave no strategic reason why banning this one single effective boycott effort would be a good idea. Apparently, we should back off because it would be the nice thing to do, and it's very important to be nice to foreign conglomerates who push transgenderism. I say, let them fucking fight. Hilarious. So now they're going to call Trump Mr. Bud Light, right? Right? Just like they do Travis Kelce? They're not. No, of course not. No consistency whatsoever. Meanwhile, another shocker. President Donald Trump campaign rallies between June and September may have caused some 30,000 coronavirus infections and more than 700 deaths. Good. Killing his own voting base. It's Darwinian. Like, what you going to do? Seems like a bad game plan, but whatever works. Keep going, Donald Trump. And then, folks, I covered this when it happened. It was obvious what was happening at the time. Donald Trump was having a fake campaign event for auto workers, unionized auto workers. But it was pretty clear at the time, those aren't actually unionized auto workers. Why would any union vote for Donald Trump, who is incredibly anti-union to begin with? And it was clear none of those people were actually union. They were just people they handed signs to and shit, and they threw a fake rally because everything about Donald Trump is fake, right? Well, now we have literally the receipts to prove that what I was saying is true. Here's Rachel Maddow to tell us all about it.
Person provided their names. This was very embarrassing, right? He's trying to look like he was supporting the union, but he's at a non-union facility that he filled with people who were given signs and effectively told to pretend to be union workers or even to pretend to be auto workers when they were no such thing. He did a fake event. I mean, the whole thing was fake. And then it was in the Detroit press the next day that it was fake. This you skipped the debate for? It was so embarrassing at the time. And now, as of right now, there are receipts, literal receipts, the campaign finance filings that just came out for all the various campaigns. Reporter Jonathan Oosting at Bridge, Michigan dug in and found that on that day in September, the Trump campaign indeed paid a $20,000 rental fee to pay to rent that auto parts plant, which was not a union facility, so he could pretend it was full of union auto workers who supported him when it was actually just full of randos holding signs that said that's who they were, even though that's not who they were. It's just an amazing thing. I mean, you think of things that ended previous presidential campaigns, right? Howard Dean was too close to a microphone when he shouted with excitement.
Yeah, he was like, woo! That ended his career, folks. What was that guy that was in a tank? Took a picture in the tank, ended his career. Donald Trump could do anything. I'm actually sort of impressed. Like, it just doesn't fucking matter. He can literally hold fake rallies and lie to everybody, and not a single goddamn Trump supporter cares in any way whatsoever.
after doing pretty well in the Iowa caucuses. Your campaign must end. You were too close to the microphone. Gerald Ford got lost in the middle of a sentence about Eastern Europe in a debate once. Poppy Bush said, "Read my lips," before he said no new taxes, which was like uncharacteristically memorable phrasing from him. And so people actually remembered it, which turned out to be really bad for him when the no new taxes thing didn't really work out. I mean, campaigns have been laid low by some dumb and small stuff. But here's a candidate faking a union event with fake union members and fake auto workers who were given signs by the campaign to falsely identify themselves in the hopes that no one would check. And then they got caught, and it's like,
But they know they get away with it. They know nothing matters. They try to overthrow the government, and now they're calling the people that overthrew the government, tried to, like heroes, political prisoners, having them record songs that are everyone on fucking iTunes. So, like, nothing matters. Conservatives have just decided that whatever they used to stand for, they don't stand for anything anymore. Meanwhile, a court ruled that he is not immune. He is not above the law. Presidents can't just murder anybody they want to and get away with it. And he's furious, folks. He's out there again saying if immunity is not granted to a president, every president that leaves office will be immediately indicted by the opposing party. Yo, that's never happened. You're the first person that's ever happened to. We've gone centuries without that happening. And if they're immune, then why can't Joe Biden murder you? You're literally saying that he's allowed to murder you and get away with it without being charged. So, I don't know. You might want to shut your mouth anyway. Without complete immunity, a president of the United States would not be able to properly function. But yes, they function for centuries, dude. This has never been a fucking problem. What are you talking about? But like I said, post-truth society doesn't matter. Facts and reality have no bearing on the mind of a Trump supporter. Meanwhile, folks, lies, damnable lies, the gaslighting. They'll literally say anything. Now, we might all remember that when Trump left office in January 2021, Biden inherited a 6.3% unemployment rate. It's down to 3.7 now. He's dropped it like 2.5 points. And 80,000 Americans died that month from COVID. Everything was crashing around us. Or if you have the mind of a goldfish and you listen to the Republican Party.
He inherited record job growth, record job increases, record wage increases.
He didn't inherit any of that. That's what Trump inherited and fucked it all away. But like I said, post-truth, nothing matters. Conservatives will hear this and they would just believe anything. Even if they don't believe it, they'll pretend they believe it because they're giant pieces of shit and they use it to justify their horrible actions. Meanwhile, cringe alert. For those susceptible to cringe-induced injuries, I give you rapping MAGA Karen.
We can save 20 to 40% off of everything with Trump. Don't you worry, because we're going to listen to all those other politicians to hear what they have to say.
About to drop it, y'all.
All of the drama. Trump's in the lead, and never, ever did he get to see the businessman has a better plan to save America. Do you understand? Woo! Drain the swamp. It needs a refill. Sanitize the White House. Here's the deal.
That's fire.
Gonna do good. Listen to your mamas. Remember what we're telling you. You're gonna have to swallow all that nasty drama. Just remember training.
Woo, she got a flow, don't she?
Politics are always kind of easy.
Finally, some good rap music. You know you love it. You know you love it. That was only 55 seconds. I know it seemed longer, almost like a lifetime, but I could have gone on. You're welcome. I love you. That's why I turned it off. Meanwhile, more mentally ill people. Another video of zombies.
Tell me about if Donald Trump does not win, what do you do?
I hope that I'm going to die.
I hope you're going to die too.
I'm going to die if Donald Trump doesn't win.
I don't want to live like this anymore. You like our country the way it is now?
What will you do if former President Trump were to lose again?
Where's Waldo?
Well, depending on how honest of an election it looked like.
It's supposed to be old because she got a 2020 hat on, but this video was released the other day. So what's up, Young Turks? Are you releasing old videos that's new again? 70K views 2 days ago. What the fuck? Anyway, I'm not going to play the rest of that. It's like 10 minutes long. Fuck that. No more zombies. Let's move on. And as I said earlier, Ronna McDaniels resigned as RNC chairperson. She took a lot of shit. Now, the RNC not doing so good because Trump funneling every penny Republicans have directly into his own coffers. And so all across the country, Republican organizations are going bankrupt. And she's not immune to it. The chairwoman of the Republican National Committee, Ronna McDaniels, has told former President Donald Trump she is planning to step down shortly. Why is she telling the former president that she is stepping down? He literally should have nothing to do with any of this, yet somehow he is still the president of the Republicans. They all have to do what he says. Crazy as I've never seen anything like it, folks. Never. I've been following politics since I was 13. Never seen shit like this. Mr. Trump is then likely to promote the chairman of the North Carolina Republican Party, Michael Whatley. Why is it his decision? As her replacement, they still have to vote, but they're just going to vote for whoever he says because he rules them like a dictator in the Trump cult. Meanwhile, speaking of the Trump cult, Haley was on the primary in Nevada. I guess Trump wasn't on there or something. Nikki Haley faced no major challengers Tuesday in Nevada's presidential primary, and she still lost, folks. She lost to none of the above. None of these candidates got 61%. It doubled her. She only got 32%, folks. That's how horrible she's doing. That's what a cult it is. Nobody but Trump has a prayer. And I'd almost feel sorry for her, but I don't. She's horrible. Meanwhile, folks, did you hear about the amazing trickery the Democrats pulled off? So apparently they are trying to impeach the Homeland Security Secretary, I guess, over the border or whatnot. It's all political theater. So the Republicans aren't doing anything. They have nothing to run on. So they have to do this ridiculous bullshit to make it seem like they're actually governing when they're not. So they're going to get rid of the Homeland Security Director. They had the votes today, folks. They were going to get rid of him by one vote. It was all set up, and it was all hinged upon one of the Democrats was having surgery. So he wasn't going to fucking be there. So they didn't bring everybody they needed to vote. They only brought enough to just defeat the Democrats. And let's see how that went for them.
Impeachment. I mean, what happened yesterday with the vote on Secretary Mayorkas? Why bring that to the floor if you didn't have the votes? And will you hold another vote to impeach him?
Yeah, on impeachment, last night was a setback, but democracy is messy. We live in a time of divided government. We have a razor-thin margin here, and every vote counts. Sometimes when you're counting votes and people show up when they're not expected to be in the building, it changes the equation. But listen, we have a duty.
Oh, the guy showed up. He came in like hospital gown and shit. They wheeled his ass in to vote, and they was mad about it, folks. Marjorie Taylor Greene was like, what? You're not allowed to outsmart us? That's against the rules. This is not fair that you guys are so much smarter and better at this than we are.
Was the Democrats hid one of these votes that they had, so was it something that people would see? Is that something that Republicans?
I'm glad you asked that because, well, we can basically look at this as a game, unfortunately, and their strategy. And they hid one of their members, waiting to the last minute, watching to see our votes, trying to throw us off on the numbers that we had versus the numbers they had. So yeah, that was a strategy at play tonight.
So do you essentially?
No fair, y'all. You're better at this than we are. Yep, they are. You're dumb, and you deserve it. And then they asked Joaquin Jeffries about it. They're like, no fair. Why didn't you warn the Republicans that he was going to vote? Why didn't you give away your hand?
Majority.
Thanks, Leader Jeffries. Did Democrats let GOP leadership know that they had full attendance? And if not, why? And can you characterize your relationship with Speaker Johnson?
It's not our responsibility to let House Republicans know which members will or will not be present on the House floor on any other day or in connection with any given vote. Majority.
Yeah, we don't give our strategy away. What the fuck? This is war. We're not into this together, clearly. And meanwhile, folks, you know, that big border bill that Republicans have been negotiating for months, they literally got everything from Butcher Biden they wanted. some of the most draconian laws as far as immigrants go that we've ever tried to pass in this country. Literally gave them every single thing they wanted. So breaking, Republican Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell just walked out of a closed-door meeting with Trump per congressman and announced that he is dropping his support for the Senate border bill that he himself helped to craft. Just 3 hours after giving a speech emphasizing the importance of passing it. When we say that McConnell is a spineless coward, this is what we're talking about. Yeah, but Daddy Trump, their cult leader, the president of the Republican Party, doesn't want America to be better. He wants the crisis to be as bad as it can possibly be. He wants America to be as hurt as it can possibly be because he thinks that's going to help him get elected. They want to destroy this country in order to maintain power, and that's what they did. By a vote of 49 to 50, the bipartisan Senate deal on immigration and Ukraine and Israel aid fails to advance in the Senate. And they voted it down, folks. They voted down their own bill because Trump told them to. And even their own people, some of them, like One-Eyed Jack Crenshaw, cringiest dude in the Republican Party, today a little less cringy, actually having the guts to speak out about it.
The height of stupidity is having a strong opinion on something you know nothing about. I'm extremely disappointed in the very strange maneuvering by many on the right to torpedo a potential border reform bill. If we have a bill that, on net, significantly decreases illegal immigration, and we sabotage that, that is inconsistent with what we told our voters we would do. People will make up whatever reasons they want to. There's a number of them, I'm sure. But it would be a pretty unacceptable dereliction of your duty.
Yeah, he's off the short list for the Trump barbecue, that's for sure. Not going to be the vice president candidate in any way. And what do you expect? This is what happens when you make a cult leader out of Donald Trump. When you revolve your entire party around him, you don't have any agency. You do whatever he says. He's the dictator of you. You caused this to happen. You get what you fucking deserve. Meanwhile, even their own senators, here's Lankford, another one of these people that helped negotiate this bill, calling them out for voting it down.
In fact, I had a popular commentator 4 weeks ago that I talked to.
I'm guessing it had to be Sean Hannity, maybe. Maybe it was Steve Bannon or something. But basically, he's going to say that a popular right-wing influencer, person in the media, threatened him to destroy his own bill.
That told me flat out, before they knew any of the contents of the bill, any of the content, nothing was out at that point, that told me flat out, if you try to move a bill that solves the border crisis during this presidential year, I will do whatever I can to destroy you.
And they're going to. You're going to get voted out, dude. You are not allowed to go against Trump and the Republican Party. Even though they say they want people that stand up for themselves, that aren't cucks, that have spines. They don't mean that. They want sycophants, cult members, lemmings that go along with everything. So you're gone. And then the reason that they're saying that they didn't pass this bill is they're saying we don't have to pass it. Joe Biden just has the power to shut it down and fix everything right now without having a bill passed. That's the reason we're not passing it. Boy, Representative Chip Roy shitting all over that idea.
No, we're not going to just pass the buck and say that, oh, any president can walk in and secure the border. I saw former President Trump make that allegation earlier today on one of his social media posts. All the president has to do is declare the border is closed and it's closed. Well, with all due respect, that didn't happen in 2017, 18, 19, and 20.
Nope.
There were millions of people who came into the United States during those 4 years.
Yep.
No, we're not.
But logic and reason, evidence, facts have no place here. They do not care. They only want to make America worse. That is the entire playbook. Why even pretend anything else? Meanwhile, Matt Walsh out here trying to make sure less people vote. As I said, they hate democracy. The more people that vote, the worse it is for them. Now they're trying to get rid of educated voters. Matt Walsh says, it is consistently shown that college students lack the sort of knowledge base that we use to expect third graders to have. Where is this consistently shown? There are two inevitable conclusions we have no choice but to draw from this, though most people are too afraid to face the reality. Number one, the university system is an unmitigated catastrophic failure and should be torn down entirely. Yeah, fuck education. Number two, a huge number of Americans are not intellectually competent enough to vote and should be legally prevented from doing so. That's right, if you're educated, if you read books, you can't vote. Only way you can vote is if you're homeschooled or you don't know fucking shit. Or if the only book you've ever read in your life is the Bible, then you get to vote. Or you're white. Not all white people. Some of them. Christians. A few. The rest of you, nah. Fuck democracy. We love the uneducated. Just saying it right out loud, folks. And then, one of the funniest community notes ever. Once again, shock face. Tucker Carlson over in Russia, folks. Interviewing Vladimir Putin. And he put out a video. Why? Why I'm interviewing Vladimir Putin? Because you're a Putin stooge. You're a puppet for the Russian regime. Because you'll do anything for a buck. Because you'll sell out your own country. Because right-wingers hate America. Because you're desperate for relevance. All the things. But what he said is, the reason he's interviewing Vladimir Putin is because nobody in America, not a single American journalist, tried to interview him. Full blackout on America. Nobody reached out and said, hey, Mr. Putin, we'd like to interview you. 100%. That's the only reason he's doing it, because he's the only one who's brave enough to actually give a platform to Vladimir Putin and let him give his side of the story. Only, yeah, that's obviously not fucking true. He got ratted out by Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov, who commented on Carson's claim of not a single Western journalist has bothered to interview Putin. He says, Mr. Carlson is not correct. I reach his whole statement, effectively calling him a liar. Mr. Carlson is not correct. In fact, there's no way he could know this. We've received numerous requests for interviews with the president, but mostly as far as countries in the collective West are concerned. These are from major network media, traditional TV channels, and large newspapers that don't even attempt to appear impartial in their coverage. Of course, there's no desire to communicate with this kind of media, so they're giving away the game right there. Lots and lots of reporters are trying to interview Putin. The reason they're letting Tucker Carlson is because they know Tucker Carlson is a Russian stooge. They know he will give Putin a softball interview. They know they're not going to ask him any tough questions about all the murders, about all the journalists he's imprisoned and murdered, all the political opponents he's murdered, the fucking airlines he's blown out of the fucking sky. Not going to ask him any tough questions. Just going to let him lie and shill his narrative unchecked, which is exactly 100% why he's being interviewed by Tucker Carlson. No shit. And lots of journalists speaking out. Christine Amarpour is like, does Tucker Carlson really think we journalists haven't been trying to interview President Putin every day since his full-scale invasion of Ukraine? No, he doesn't believe that. But he can't say, hey, I'm a Russian stooge that wants to go give a softball interview to Putin so I can get lots of ratings and make money. So he has to make up some fucking lie. And I've seen it spread all over social media. Right-wing social media took his lies and ran with it. He's a hero now. And the American media are cowards who won't platform Putin, who won't ask him questions. They'll just believe fucking anything. So lying works better for them. And all right, that's my Chud Watch, folks. Hell yeah, we did it. Fuck yeah. And would you guys, all over social media, shut up, Dusty. Would you guys please consider becoming a patron? I know it's a pain in the ass to have to go put your credit card information in, but it's whatever you can afford. Like $5 a month, you get as low as $1, but you get everybody at every level gets exclusive access to all the content I create, including the after parties, which I do one every show, 3 a week. And that's some of the best stuff on there, folks. So please, like if you watch a lot of my content, please consider kicking out a couple bucks a month. It won't mean much to you, but it adds up and it really helps me and the cats continue to do this. I work hard, and these are the only commercials I run. I'm 100% supported by the users. I don't run any ads in the show. I don't sell anything, so I have to beg you guys for it. So please, if you can help me out, chip in. Thank you in advance. And all right, let's do an unboxing. We got some shit in the mail. In every single one of my video descriptions, there's a P.O. Box address, and you guys can send me anything. And people have done it. I opened this box, folks. Cats are excited. They think they're going to get a treat. Not yet. Not yet. I got this in the mail. And I got to be honest with you, folks. It's heavy. And I didn't know who it was from. Didn't really have much information on the front of it. And I was opening it, and I was like, I hope this isn't a bomb, because who knows? Some crazy motherfucker about sending me a bomb. I was opening it real careful. And then I got it out, and I was like, what is this? And I pulled this thing out. It's like a Riddler. It's like a Riddler rolled up note and a scroll. And I was like, oh, my God. I'm going to roll this out and read it, and the thing is going to explode and kill me. And that's how I wrote it. And it turns out it's not a bomb, I don't think. I hope it's not a bomb. I might die right here on the air. Hopefully that's not going to happen. But it says, Dustykins, happy Mardi Gras to you and all the Dust Buddies. Love, Strenuous Flues, a.k.a. Spooky Action at a Distance. Hell yeah, Spooky Action at a Distance sent me a bunch of Mardi Gras beads. Hell yeah, look at all these Mardi Gras beads. Man, I'm going to see so many titties. I'm just going to run around the neighborhood, throw them at people, and be like, show me your titties. Show me your titties. It's going to be fucking awesome. I can't wait to see all of the titties. Let me put some of these on me here just for a little flair on my show. Open up. Bitch, I'm not good at this. No wonder I never got to see many titties in my life. Fuck. I can't even do this right. Come on. Get the... Oh, I broke it. Fuck my life. Whatever. Anyway, I got tons and tons of Mardi Gras beads in here. What else is in the bottom of this? Let me reach in here and pull out. Hell yeah, Mardi Gras beads. Woohoo! That's there. Mardi Gras beads. Happy Mardi Gras to me. I never been to Mardi Gras. This one got a saint on it. Hell yeah. I better see some titties. You guys better be sending me some titties. Look at this one. This one got a, what is that? Some kind of other saint. Got the saint's little symbol on it. There's a whole box. It's a fucking heavy ass box. These are a lot of beads here, folks. A shit ton of beads. I'm all hooked up. Uh-oh. My hair powder fell out. You didn't see that. Got too much hair powder in. Boom. All right. That's enough for now. Hey, thank you, Spooky Action at a Distance. I am pimped out for the Mardi Gras now. Hell yeah. And then, what else we got? Look how much that hair powder makes my hair look full. Here's how it works, folks. You take the hair powder. Boom. You see. Get back. I need to make this bigger. You guys can see how this works. The magic. So you guys see how the top of my head, like right, just like right there, it's a little bit, you can see my scalp a little bit right here. Hair powder. Boom, gone. Covers that shit right up. Covers it all up. Boom, hair powder. It's like magic. It's like spray on hair, but not. Life hack, folks. Definitely. I'm not dusty. You're dusty anyway. And I got this. I got a card in the mail. Hell yeah. Let me pull up the chat. Boom. There we go. Got a $100 bill in there. $100 bill. Hell yeah. It says, Dear Dusty, thank you for being you and all of your hard work each week. Appreciate you make me laugh. And think in your Dusty only format. Hugs to you and BBC. Yeah, a shout out to you, BBC. You're more popular than I am somehow. Who is there for you each week? He is. By the way, this card is old. What? You sent me an old card? I love old things. Katie from Southern California. Hell yeah, Katie, you rock. Very generous. Thank you, Katie. And you guys can send me cash if you want to. Big love to you, Katie. You're amazing. And then BBC sent me some treats. Hell yeah, look at all these. He sent me four of these. I know this from him. I ain't even got to check. I'll check anyway just to make sure. See if he said anything. That ain't it. Oh, I lost my bracelet. Lost my bracelet. All right. David L. Hart. Hell yeah. Lots of love to the kiddies from BBC, from David L. Hart. So hell yeah, I got it, BBC. Kitty party tonight. Look at me cock tease. All right, you guys get a little impromptu kitty party just because I got it. I don't want to be a cock tease. Here you go. This is from BBC, y'all. This is from BBC. It ain't coming out. I'm sorry, I'm working on it. Give me a second. There you go. There you go. Hell yeah. Get it. Get it. Kitty party. All right, cool. Thank you, BBC. You rock. Love you, man. We got kitty party treats for a while now. Got all kinds of beads. Dusty got hooked up. So rock. Appreciate you. And you guys who want to send me stuff, Except for bombs. Don't send me bombs, please. But anything else, weed. You can't send. You can send weed, but you're not. Whatever you want to send. Nitrous. Love me some nitrous. No one's ever sent me any. Actually, that's not true. I have got nitrous, but not in a while. Anyway, why did the chat close down? God damn it! The whole fucking chat closed down, motherfucker. I will destroy everything you find fucking holy. You goddamn motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. All right, I must have closed it down in my zeal to talk about drugs. All right, boom. Hell yeah. All right, and now let's read the super chats. What we got tonight on the super chats? Super chats. Jason Ashby, as always, with a badass socialism. Thank you, Jason. You're amazing and/or handsome and sexy. Everybody loved the Jason Ashby. Let me reset this. Boom. All right. Let me skip over here so you guys can actually see the super chats. You guys like to read along with me. All right, and Anthony Cannon, welcome to Dust Buddies. Hell yeah, spam the chat with impunity, Anthony. And Jason Ashby, 5 more. Got the 5 from Hero Ass. Jason Ashby, thank you, Jason. You rock. Anita Wood, $2. What up, Anita? Good to see you tonight. Dower Panda, another 5. Socialism from the greatest audience in the world. Love you guys. Appreciate you, Dower. Good to see you. Carolyn McMickle, $10. Kisses and blown to you, Carolyn. Woo. Horseman of War, $20. Very generous. Much love from Texas. What up, Texas? Watching your Palestinian coverage for the past few months has made me critical and angry at the Biden administration. I want to say thank you, covering this important issue. Keep up the good fight. Hey, yeah, we should all be angry. Anger is the correct emotion. Fuck this child murdering sack of shit. You're the best. You are, Tim Newbury. Appreciate you. Mitchell Guy, Wood. Thank you, Mitchell. You rock. BBC. Hell yeah. Always hooking me up. America is the bad guy. True story. We are always the bad guy. We are the dictator, funding bully with nukes. The funny thing is that our politicians will point at other countries and feign disgust over human rights violations while doing the exact same thing. I know, right? Hypocrites. Talking out of both sides of our mouths. We're worse than fucking anybody. We have these rules in place to punish other people, to let ourselves get away with whatever we want to. I guess that's might makes right. Then BBC, 10. Got them 10. Cult Dusty memberships. Hell yeah. Everybody love the BBC. I better see all of you at the after party tonight. Going to be a good one. I got all kinds of stuff at the after party. And Michael Clinton, 5. Awesome. Every one of you going to have one eventually, which is what we want. Everybody on the show. Give you guys motivation to tune in. Get yourself a free Cult Dusty membership so you can join us at the after party. Pinch Hank, I saw you on the, I believe I saw you on the, you just said the Vanguard show. Yeah, you and the Vanguard seem to have a good vibes together. Love you, Dusty. Yeah, it was a great show. I did an interview with the Vanguard yesterday. These are the two young bucks, have a left-wing podcast, sort of like what I do. Seem to be doing a good job over there. So if you guys want to watch that, feel free. Pretty good interview. Rich Loud 666. Mark of the Beast. Many, if not most people on the right have no clue how bad Trump is because they watch nothing but right-wing propaganda. I know, true story. I wish they'd watch this show. I guess I'm not nice enough, though. For the fuzzies and all my chat friends, hell yeah, Q4S. Good to see you tonight. I'll pet this cat for you. And 5 more from BBC. Hitting us hard, hitting us strong, like the BBC do. And speaking of spooky accident distance, Dusty opened the gold foil green bubble wrap too. Okay. All right, we got more in here. All right. Gold foil bubble wrap. Is it this thing? What is that? All right. Let me go to full screen so you guys can enjoy this with me. All right. It looks like a pair of pants. How do you even get into this thing? Okay, here we go. Open. What is this? On one side of the pants, it is. Looks like more beads in here. That's more beads in that one. Is that not what I'm supposed to be opening? Let's try this side. You'll have to guide me, Spooky. Guide me. And this side also has... Oh, it's some kind of shirt. All right. Might show my belly here. I don't want to show my fat gut to you guys. Make you sick. All right, let's see. Boom. Oh, cool. Oh, purple. Hell yeah, from Nolan's. This is going to look bomb on me. I can't wear it during the show because it's got green in it, but I'm going to wear it out. Hell yeah, that's nice, dude. Appreciate it. Mardi Gras. Fuck yeah, a little. It's got a lobster or something on it instead of a gator. Awesome. What was the other one, too? The other one had a shirt or something in it. Let's see. Unboxing, unboxing. We are unboxing more beads. Hell yeah. Beads. Beat it the fuck out, motherfuckers. All the titties. All the titties for Dusty. All the titties for Dusty. All the titties. Ooh, look at that. Got a boa. Hell yeah. Rocking this shit. Like a Hollywood Hogan. And what is this? Throw me something, sister. Muses. Hell yeah. Throw me something, sister. All right. Gonna stick that right there. Is that gonna stick? It's not. It's sort of sticking. All right. What else we got in here? Oh, we got a beer cozy. Hell yeah. Dancing the night away. Fuck yeah. Got 2 beer cozies and more magnets and stickers. Indy Meon. Hell yeah. Nice. Dusty getting all the goodies. More. Oh, got a. Look at this. Boom. I'm a cat and shit. Hell yeah. We're getting to the spirit. When is Mardi Gras? Is it already passed? Is it now? When is it? Let me double knot this motherfucker. I'm definitely going to be able to see everything when I do this. This is a great decision I'm making right now. All right, let's see. Come on, Dusty. You can do it. You can tie it behind your head, Dusty. Do it. Do it. Boom, I did it. I totally can see everything now. Hell yeah. I'm like a fucking superhero, y'all. Getting hooked up. More beads. All right, the rest of it's just beads. Tons of fucking beads in here. Cool. All right. Oh, I like this one. That's got a skull on it. Hell yeah. More beads. All right. Titties, titties all up in my face. Cannot wait, folks. Cannot wait for some titties in my face. All right. Thank you, Spooky Action at Distance. That was fun. Any more? Mr. Anderson, 20 from Mr. Anderson. Hello, Mr. Anderson. Everybody, big love to one of the heroes of the show, Mr. Anderson. Love me some Mr. Anderson. He rocks. Oh, yeah, I got a little, it's green, so it's making my face have holes in it. That's pretty cool, though. I like it. Love you, Mr. Anderson. Thank you for your generosity. You rock. And Swaggering Cat, $20. The Pharaohs say, show us your moves. No, they don't want to see that. Are they in better spirits this week? Scritches, as always, to your Pharaohs. UA, $2. Thank you, UA. You rock. What up? And BBC, 666. More gifts coming your way, brother. Awesome. Fuck yeah. Love the show. Here's more Kitty Cash. Love you all. Everybody loves you. Giving you shout outs in my cards and stuff, BBC. You're a mainstay now. Throw one to Jenny Rude. All right, Jenny Rude. This one's for you, Jenny Rude. There you go. Titties. It's the law. You got to show me your titties now. I don't make the rules. I just love them. And all right, more super chats, please. Going to read all the rest of the super chats at the end of the show, so get them in. But for now, it's time for religious bullshit. Let's fucking do it. All the part that people sing. Shit. Bully fucking shit. Motherfucking bullshit.
It's time for religious bullshit.
All the party people.
It's time for religious bullshit.
Woo! And starting us off on tonight's religious bullshit. Scam evangelist Kenneth Copeland still on the stop the steal bullshit. Guys, remember he blew away COVID? He's like, when did God blow away COVID? And then he claimed that Joe Biden would never become the president. He laughed at the mere thought that Joe Biden would be the president. Remember?
The media said what? The media said Joe Biden's president.
We were laughing. Ha 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 ha. Oh, yeah, well, it's the end almost of the Joe Biden first term. So it turns out he was wrong. A guy wasn't talking to him, and Joe Biden is the president. So the next thing you know, he's doing a 21-day fast to stop the steal, I guess the next steal. He's like, it's important to understand that it is not the fasting itself that brings the deliverance. It doesn't bring deliverance at all. So he doesn't actually care about any of this. But he knows if he can get people to fast for 21 days, every time they're hungry, they'll think of him. The whole point of this is just to keep him in the minds of his cult. So they'll be more likely to send him more money. I guess maybe if they save some money on the food they're going to buy, they'll send it to him. So another scam from Scam Vendors. I guess he needs another airplane. And hopefully some of you would just fucking die, starve to death, because that's what you fucking deserve. And then, folks, speaking of Trumpism being a complete fucking cult, I bring you Hank Kinnaman. Hard to believe, almost, how over the top they are with this Trump shit. How much they're willing to gaslight us and pretend that Trump actually is a Christian who prays to God all the time and listens to God, and that God is such a bad judge of character that he would pick somebody like Donald Trump. Listen to this shit.
I am listening to those at this time who have lifted up their voice to me and have cried out. And there is one among you that has prayed, that has cried out to me in simplicity, in the innocence of their heart.
So
and
innocent.
I have listened to this one that I speak of.
Yeah, the innocence of Trump's heart. Is there anyone who has a less innocent heart than goddamn Donald Trump? It's just wild.
And I have heard their prayer in the earth, and they have prayed, and they have even knelt before me, and they have draped themselves in the flag of you, the United States. This I speak, for they have said, this one, God, how can I bring the United States closer to you again? And I speak of Donald Trump, says the living God. He has prayed. He has spoke to me, yet man have despised him. And they have looked to indict him. And some who bear my name say we cannot choose him. The Spirit of God says, because you have not been walking with him, you have not heard his prayers, and you have not known his heart. But I, the Lord God, knows his heart, and I have anointed him at this time.
Why would an all-powerful God need anybody's help, much less fucking Donald Trump? Just good God. One of the most corrupt, sinful people to ever exist. Yeah, definitely. He's really praying to God every night. God has hurt his heart, y'all. And he's telling Hank Kinnaman all about it. Because that's a great way to get information out to us. Got to tell this one motherfucker so he can tell all the rest of us. And then, folks, I know this is going to sound crazy coming from me, but don't do drugs.
So it's about, I'm not really exactly sure what time it is, but my wife is on the phone because this right here is going on. Yeah, you need to not be. So this is still happening. So now we got some cops rolling up here. There's this shit right here. That's some wild business. Anyway, see the wrong motherfucker.
Don't let her bite you. Don't let her bite you, dude. Was that a bite? Holy shit, you're dead. That's a zombie, dude.
This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy business.
Yeah,
right here.
that's some crazy businesses. But you got faith in Jesus, though. You don't understand. Protect the dog.
Oh, shit. This right here is the wildest business I've seen in a long ass time. What time is it? Ain't no way anybody. No.
In the name of Jesus.
So this is still happening.
It's still happening. Jesus don't seem to be helping you very much.
I'm being rebuked in the name of Jesus.
Jesus is like, no thanks.
Yo, I'm not sure what happened to this lady.
Drugs, that's what happened.
But I'm not sure what happened to this lady. Something gotta happen. My dog is over here bugging out.
Yep, I'm bugging out.
This is not how I wanted to spend.
Yeah, somebody call Jesus stat. Jesus need to come get his girl. Fuck you, Jesus. I want to have an intervention or some shit. Meanwhile, folks, speaking of the Apple Vision Pro, I haven't got to review it yet. But of course, Jesus Freaks got to review it. Here's a Christian pastor, Mark Driscoll, going to offer his review of the new Apple headset.
If I was artificial intelligence, I would be weaponized by the demonic to create lies and parallel realities, and we can get into this maybe a little bit more later.
It's not.
But now you could bring up ancient political leaders, ancient spiritual religious leaders. You're going to see the rise in neo-paganism, and you're going to see occult activity, and you're going to see new hybrid religions emerge, and you're going to see artificial intelligence weaponized by the demonic.
Because of a headset? It's just showing you videos. You can already see all that shit on your computer. Why don't we already have all this shit you're talking about now? Why would the headset cause that to happen? The fuck you talking about, Willis?
To create a global deception, and I think this is actually a massive next step into the Antichrist.
Definitely.
And into the second coming of Jesus Christ before humanity ends.
Good God, they're always fear-mongering, but no matter what it was, no matter what it is, whatever new that comes out, they always tell you it's going to bring about the Antichrist and the second coming of Jesus. When I was a kid, I shit you not, it was Max Headroom. Remember Max Headroom? Remember that shit? Literally, the moonbats that raised me told me Max Headroom was evil. He was a sure sign that the Illuminati was ushering in the Antichrist. That was 40 fucking years ago. Where you at? Where you at?
Itself. So, to me, if I'm honest, first time I've worn these, and this is just kind of my initial reaction and response. I'm devastated and I feel like crying.
I'm devastated. I feel like crying. Oh, I think that's just you, dude. I think maybe you're a whitey piss baby snowflake. Maybe you should take some kind of, I don't know, antidepressants or something. Smoke some weed about it. Jack off, whatever. He's just mad that you can't watch porn on it. I'm also sort of mad about it. But whatever, Christians. Always mad, angry, scared about everything. And one more. Our religious bullshit. They're ruining my good name now, folks. I can't abide by this shit. You guys heard about Dusty Devers? Oh, fuck no, Dusty Devers. Don't you make Dusties look stupid and bad. Anyway, maybe I'll agree with him. We got the same name. Let me listen. I obviously haven't listened to this yet. So let me listen, and maybe I'll agree with my fellow Dusty. Let's see what he has to say.
Every person looking at porn knows that it is condemning them.
No, Dusty, no, what? That's definitely not true. I do not know that porn is condemning me to anything except for like more masturbation, which I am all for.
There's not a single person who looks at it and says, oh, this is a good thing for me.
Bullshit! Every time I look at it, I'm like, this is a very good thing. Needs more grandmas, but otherwise, perfect.
This is a good thing for the people that I'm watching here.
Grandmas
this is
like it.
What I'm seeing happen here, even if it's less violent.
What kind of porn are you watching?
Is a good thing. Nobody is saying that because they have a conscience. They're created by God, and their conscience is either approving them or accusing them before the holy character of God.
I don't believe that.
They already know, number one.
I don't know that.
Secondly, porn is defiling. And what we see in the bedroom spills out into the outdoors. What happens indoors is always going to go outdoors with porn.
Cool. Way to sell it, Dusty Devers. Now I want to jack off even more. God damn, I got to hurt with the show. What time is it? All right, I can make it. I can make another 30 minutes. And fuck off, Dusty Devers. I'm so disappointed in Dusty right now. And all right, that's my religious bullshit. I'm going to masturbate later and think of Dusty. Grandmas love porn. They love the grandma porn. At least the ones that I see that are in the porn that are grandmas. They don't seem to mind very much. You know, they seem to be pretty okay with getting banged by the young ones. I thought he said Dusty Beavers. That would be my porn name. That or Tom Screws. Bad Dusty, no fab Dusty. I know, right? God damn it. They got to ruin everything, the Christians. Devious Devers. Feels bad, man. I know. It feels bad to me, too. I want my MTV. Me, too. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Now about a sexy nun outfit. I want to see you in that. I'll throw some beads at you. And all right, we're along, folks. Oh, we haven't done this one in a while. Let's see if I can nail the timing on it. Hit! God damn it. God damn it. What the fuck? I got rid of my Elon Musk intro. The music's gone. The fucking intro's gone. What? Everything's gone. No. How did it disappear? Fuck. He shall be Elon. Nailed it. First try. Perfect. Shut the fuck up. And first off, on this week's He Shall Be Elon. Elon just out here following total fucking racist. Unashamed. He knows there's no accountability, so why not? This week, Elon's new favorite racist he's following is this fellow, Unlimited L's. You'll see, Elon Musk is now following Unlimited L's. He is now signal boosting for this account, responding specifically so this account will get more views, subscribers. So let's see what this account is. Unlimited L's, breaking House Committee advances impeachment case against DHS Secretary Mayorkas. Elon Musk thinks that's great. Anything to continue the culture war, he's all for. Anything to keep us distracted, fighting amongst each other instead of coming after who we really should come out at, the rich. That's his whole point of buying Twitter/X. But yes, he's following him now, and here's the kind of thing he's putting out. Jew people taking advantage from the unfortunate, unneeded death of a Jew supporting Israel at a Palestine protest to scream how bad they have it in America, and the racism they have to experience is a new low. And he posted this meme. Women with a time machine. I am your daughter, really. Men with a time machine. It's a white guy with a gun, and he's like, turn that fucking slave ship around. You have no idea what you are bringing here, which to me, this guy's racist, and he's like, don't bring the black people here. You're going to destroy our country. Don't bring the blacks. You have no idea what you're doing. And then the Jewish guy with the big nose says, move along, goy. I know exactly what I'm doing. So the white people hate black folks. They think black folks are destroying the country, and the evil Jew doesn't care. He wants to sell black folks to make the country worse. Yeah, Elon Musk, second richest man in the world, spreading this racist bullshit. Then he says, I sometimes think the Jews started the Holocaust through Hitler to give themselves a position other than just any other race on society. I can't believe it was really 6 million, so a Holocaust denier racist, Unlimited L's, the new it boy with Elon Musk. Meanwhile, Elon out here spreading every right-wing talking point he can. LGBTQ anon, he says, feels pretty close these days. Kindergartners, I want to learn to count. School teachers, I said we learned about transvestite cocks today. I love how they have to make up shit to get mad about because none of this is actually happening in reality. But Elon Musk is like, cock-a-doodle-doo, hilarious. This is real. This is what I want to spread. This is a good use of my platform. Then he's spreading this, folks, strange days. Other countries' border, Joe Biden is like, we must keep it secure at all costs. Our own border, Joe Biden is like, we must keep it open at all costs, even though it's the exact opposite. Joe Biden trying to pass a bill that the conservatives shot down that would immediately shut down the border, more draconian than any laws we've had on the border in my lifetime, probably. All they wanted to do was cut a little bit of the razor wire to make sure they could save drowning children if they needed to. Otherwise, they don't care about the razor wire being up. But once again, they have to make up shit to be mad about, to lie to the people, to stir shit up, to keep us at each other's throats so he can continue making more money than he can spend in 10,000 lifetimes. I guess at least he's smart enough to know that's what he has to do to keep from, you know. And Elon Musk breaking the big stories, folks. Breaking the big ones. He's like, I just broke this huge story. An anonymous source just sent me this from Disney, y'all. It is mandatory, institutionalized racism and sexism. Whistleblowers from inside Disney anonymously sending Elon Musk exclusive shit that no one has ever seen before. Only this was an article from Variety. ABC sets new inclusion guidelines to amplify underrepresented groups on TV. It was literally reported in Variety magazine. That is Elon Musk, anonymous source. And yes, Kim Masters says, I guess the secret source read the Hollywood Reporter in 2020 when we published this. But Elon's got to make it seem like it's some kind of insider knowledge, some kind of whistleblower to make it seem more nefarious than it is, to scare the idiots that are following him. And it's a Disney general entertainment content inclusion standards Characters, 50% or more of regular and reoccurring written characters come from unrepresented groups. All right, that sounds all right. Actors, 50% or more of regular and recurring actors come from unrepresented groups. Good. Disney is a worldwide company. And, white people only make up a small percentage of the worldwide population. So all they're trying to do as a capitalistic country, as a capitalistic company, is appeal to as many people as they possibly can in order to make as much money as they possibly can. This once again show you how bad conservatives actually hate capitalism. This is 100% about Disney making money and nothing else. Which brings me to the Gina Carano lawsuit that is now being funded by Elon Musk. This is one thing that rich people have decided to weaponize the legal system against their perceived enemies to keep the culture war going. So Elon has decided to fund Gina Carano's lawsuit against Disney, where she claims that she was fired for unjust causes. When it comes to the fired Mandalorian actress Gina Carano and Elon Musk, revenge against the Walt Disney Company is served piping hot, even if it takes a bit of time and tries to snare Pedro Pascal and Mark Hamill. 3 years after ex-MMA fighter Carano was axed by the then Bob Chapek-run Disney for comparing the political comedy America to Nazi Germany, Carano on Tuesday sued Disney and Star Wars. So, lawyers are expensive, sometimes in the millions of dollars. But these rich people know that they can spend their money, they have nothing better to do their time or their money, to try to bankrupt these companies, to try to force these companies into doing what they want them to do. And like I said, fuel the culture war and keep us at each other's throats. So she's claiming that she was fired for unjust reasons. But let me remind you, if you forgot why she was fired. So once again, an example of how conservatives actually hate capitalism. Disney, which is one of the most capitalistic companies ever to exist, just wants to appeal to the greatest amount of people as possible. And if you're an actor working at Disney, and then you start pissing a lot of people off, a lot of their demographics off, they know that less people are going to watch their content. They're going to make less money. Less people are going to sign up for Disney Plus. They're going to boycott Disney Plus. And if you're working for Disney, they do not want that. They don't like you. So you're probably going to get fired if your actions are going to lead to them making less money, which is exactly what happened. Gina couldn't shut her bitch ass mouth, spreading right-wing talking points and making herself unlikable to a large percent of the Disney watching population. First off, she put out this tweet, which compares the Holocaust and Jews who were murdered in the Holocaust to Trump supporters. She said, Jews were beaten in the streets not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? But it's usually conservatives that are spreading the hate, the propaganda, the negativity. We don't hate you for your political views. We hate you because you guys try to overthrow the government, install Trump as a dictator. We hate you because of the evil homophobia, transphobia, the harm you're causing to society. It's not just a matter of opinion. It's a matter of actions and how they harm our fellow human beings. We're not big fans of, Gina. So that enough would have been pretty bad, right? But she kept going, folks. Then they asked her why they're mad at her. And she said, they're mad because I won't put pronouns in my bio to show my support for trans lives. Yeah, why would you do that? After months of harassing me in every way, I decided to put 3 very controversial words in my bio. Beep, boop, beep, bop, boop. I'm not against trans lives at all. They need to find less abusive representation. So she changed her pronouns to beep, bop, boop in order to insult, make fun of trans people, which made left-wing people less likely to watch Disney. At least half the population of America and a huge population of Earth doesn't like this kind of nonsense. You're making yourself incredibly unlikable to Disney viewers, which got you fired. Then she went on to spread anti-vax propaganda. She said, when is enough is enough? The vaccine is obviously not for everyone. Check the VAERS report. I know someone who passed away from the vaccines as well. Healthy 56-year-old woman. The vaccine took her out in 3 days. These Biden mandates are murdering these people. Literally spreading anti-vax propaganda, folks, which Disney didn't care for. They thought she might get people killed, and they didn't want to be a part of it. Here she is posting breaking news. Democratic government leaders now recommends we all wear blindfolds along with masks so we can't see what's really going on. Just right-wing dipshit propaganda that Disney did not want to be associated with. Then she posted, we need to clean up the election process so we are not left feeling the way we do today. Put laws in place that protect us against voter fraud. Investigate every state. Film the counting, flush out the fake votes, require ID, make voter fraud end in 2020, fix the system. So she's spreading Trump's big lie. She's trying to make people think that the election was fraudulent. And of course, voter ID is also racist. Literally the only reason they want to do that is to make it harder for black people to vote and make less black people vote. Because they know on average, black people and minorities are less likely to have IDs. So they're going to take away their voting right. 100% spreading the big lie, which Disney did not want to be associated with. Then she posted this. She liked tweets that say America does not have a systematic racism problem. She's denying racism in the country of America, folks, which Disney absolutely did not want to be associated with. Disney knows all about how systemic racism in America works as one of the most racist companies of the past. You ever seen those old Disney cartoons? Racist as fuck. America has a violent leftist extremist problem. Yeah, folks, it's not racism. It's the left that's the problem. You are more likely to be assaulted for being a Trump supporter than your race in America today. False! You're absolutely not. You're much, much more likely to be murdered if you're a left-winger than you are a Trump supporter. You're more likely to be murdered by a Trump supporter. And then she bragged about being on Parler as she spread this right-wing propaganda. So Disney did not want to be associated with her in any way whatsoever, which is their right as a capitalistic company that wants to make money. But right-wingers don't want companies to be able to choose the best representatives for the company who will make them the most money. They want to force companies to employ people that will actually lose them money because they literally hate capitalism. All they are is authoritarians. And yes, this Gina Carano saga that no one cares about anymore just got worse because of Elon Musk. It reminds me, this is exactly what's happening, of the Hulk Hogan Gawker situation. So you guys remember Peter Thiel, billionaire Peter Thiel? He got outed by Gawker, who was a internet rag. They outed him as being gay, and he hated them so bad for it that he wanted to destroy their company. So he messaged Hulk Hogan, and he said, hey, Hulk Hogan, Gawker just released a sex tape that got leaked. I will pay for your lawsuit against them. I will pay millions of dollars for your lawsuit in hopes that you will win, and it will bankrupt my enemies at Gawker. Which he did, and Gawker is now out of business because they lost a $140 million lawsuit to Hulk Hogan, which was funded by Peter Thiel. This is the exact playbook that Elon Musk is using to try to harm, I guess, bankrupt Disney and continue to fuel the culture war, which he cannot shut the fuck up about because he's everybody's a boomer MAGA uncle right now, except for he has $150 billion. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it gets thrown out. But they hate capitalism, folks. Welfare queen Elon Musk doing whatever he can to shit upon it. And that is my he shall be Elon section. Gina won't win, though. Probably not. Seems pretty cut and dry why they fired her. I think it made $12. Talking about her Western movie. I tried to watch it, but it was unwatchable. Stupidity is a protected class now. Well, it had to be if you're a conservative. That pretty much encompasses all of them. She doesn't like Trump's warp speed vax. He doesn't get blamed for any of that. He had nothing to do with it somehow. It was Fauci or something. Trump is so naive. He was manipulated by everybody. Nothing is his fault, but we have to immediately make him president again because logic and reason, y'all. Making a joke. How dare she? Yes, that is a good faith argument on everything I just said. That's why nobody takes you guys seriously. Because I just listened to every single thing. Obviously, it was anti-vax stuff. Obviously, it was lying about racism in this country. Obviously, it was stuff Disney doesn't want to be associated with. And yet you'll put something like that everybody can see for themselves with their own eyes. That to show them is not true, which makes you look so stupid. I know you're trying to help your cause, but all you're doing is hurting it. So please continue, you fucking dumbass. And all right, folks, it's time to get depressed. Let's do a little bit of Free Palestine. And this new Free Palestine image comes from BBC. Made this with some kind of AI program, OpenAI or something. Pretty cool, BBC. Thank you for sharing it with me. And first off, on tonight's Free Palestine, imagine studying Israel's genocide in 100 years in history class and watching these TikToks. They are so feckless at the propaganda war, it's unbelievable. The most unprofessional army in history, making TikToks like this to try to sell the war to people. And it's just embarrassing as fuck. So, questions we get when people hear that we are in the Israeli army. How many children did you kill today? A lot. We are actually saving them. You're literally not. 50,000 children dead. What children are you saving? You fucking liars. What is it like to live in a stolen country? I don't know. You tell me. I mean, it's pretty cool if you're a white man living in a stolen country, but you guys are also in a very stolen country. Why are you pretending like you're not? Are you forced to be in the army? You literally are. It's mandatory to serve in the IDF if you live in Israel. Surely you're not going to lie about this. No, we are defending our country. You're not, but you are being forced to murder these kids. Like, super cool. Good goddamn. I always thought Israel was better at propaganda than this, but you guys are losing so bad. Meanwhile, it's a genocide, folks. They took these two maps. One, the blue, is a civilian high concentration area. The other one is red Israeli bombing. Let's put these two maps on top of each other. See what happens. Gonna stack them on top of each other. And look, folks, a 1-to-1 match. It's a 1-to-1 match, folks. They are bombing areas that are high density. This has nothing to do with trying to bomb Gaza. This has nothing to do with trying to kill terrorists. This is 100% trying to kill people, ethnically cleanse them, drive them off of their own land. This is war crimes right here, 101. Indisputable. Funded by you and me. Forced by Joe Biden. We are the bad guys. Meanwhile, Channel 4 News investigated the claims that the UNRWA, UNRWA, which is the main organization that delivers aid to Palestine and Gaza, which Israel just came out when they were being accused of genocide and war crimes. As a red herring, they said, hey, this organization has 12 members that are actually supporting Hamas. So immediately, of course, our evil-ass government cuts off aid while we're starving millions of children, millions of women, millions of people in Gaza right now. We just believed Israel with no evidence whatsoever, and we cut off aid while we sent more bigger bombs to kill these children. So let's see if any evidence that UNRWA accidentally or actually is involved with Hamas.
Children in Gaza are hungry, and the fear is that they're about to get hungrier. Donors to UNRWA, the main UN agency that supports Palestinians, including the UK, withdrew their funding 10 days ago because of allegations in a confidential Israeli document that this program has now seen. The document repeats an allegation the Israel Defense Force has made many times, that the Hamas terrorist organization has been methodically and deliberately emplacing its terrorist infrastructure in a wide range of UN facilities and assets, but provides no evidence to support its explosive new claim that UNRWA staff were involved in the terror attacks on Israel. Israel gave the document to donors just after the International Court of Justice in The Hague made an interim ruling on a charge of genocide against Israel.
That Israel must take immediate and effective measures to enable the provision of urgently needed basic services and humanitarian assistance.
It is utterly shocking that the donors who accuse UNRWA of instrumentalizing aid, as they have done, are themselves weaponizing UNRWA. It is a violation of international humanitarian law. It's a violation of international principles. It's a violation of the ruling by the ICJ, which says nobody should squeeze international humanitarian aid. What's Britain and others done? They've squeezed the aid. And it's a violation, arguably, of the Genocide Convention, because it will devastate the lives of 1.2 million people who were on UNRWA's food lines.
That's the point.
Even before the 7th of October, and that's going to get longer. It will undoubtedly, if unsuspended, lead to mass starvation.
Apart from emergency aid, UNRWA runs schools, hospitals and other services for 5.9 million Palestinian refugees across the Middle East. It employs 13,000 Gazans, all of whose names have been checked against a UN terrorism list and as recently as last May were vetted and approved by Israel. UNRWA immediately fired the staff members named in the document and mounted an investigation.
UNRWA is playing a critical role. It's true that the Israeli government has been very critical of UNRWA, not now, from many times ago, but we cannot punish 2 million people by depriving them from the support that UNRWA is providing. Who will take care of that? Hello?
The Israeli Prime Minister, who met a UN delegation last week, is angry that UN reports about the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza were cited as evidence in the genocide hearing, adding to his anger that UNRWA staff allegedly took part in acts of terror.
I think it's time that the international community and the UN itself understand that UNRWA's mission has to end.
Today, UNRWA released photographs they say show a food aid truck in Gaza which was hit by Israeli naval gunfire. The Israelis haven't yet commented. In Gaza, the suffering never seems to end. Today, the UN Secretary-General announced an investigation into UNRWA to be headed by a former French foreign minister. If UNRWA were forced to close, another organisation would have to step in. Under international law, in the West Bank and Gaza, the occupying power, which is Israel, would be held responsible.
Well, earlier I spoke from our studio to UNRWA's spokesperson, Juliet Toomer, and I began by...
So anyway, just more propaganda, folks, to justify the starving of these people. That's the entire point of all this. And Joe Biden just going all along with it, hook, line, and sinker, because he is a fucking evil, evil, murderous ghoul. And as Owen Jones says, there is no evidence in Israel's dossier for the UNRWA staff being involved in the 7th October attacks. That's according to Channel 4 News, who have seen the dossier. Meanwhile, hundreds of settlers are attacking aid to these starving children, folks. These fucking terrorist Israeli settlers. Imagine being this fucking evil. Attacking aid going to starving, suffering, tortured children. But they have a right to defend themselves. Isn't it defending themselves, y'all? Isn't starving children defending yourself? Literally, you can do anything if you just say you're defending themselves. My neighbor Melvin looked at me cross. He might be planning something. I better go blow up his house and kill him and his wife, y'all. Just in case. I have the right to defend myself. Look at him cheering. It's fucking terrible, folks. Meanwhile, more of this. Normalize bullying these evil fucks like Nancy Pelosi, insider trading cunt. The Democrats are just as bad on this issue. Get all up in their ass.
Don't call us Russian apologists or Chinese apologists.
Look at this cunt.
I
don't owe you anything. I don't owe you an explanation. I don't have to say anything. I'll rule you. I'll insider trading and steal money from my fellow Americans, and then I'll help murder all the Palestinian children I want to. We are gods here. You don't talk to me. Look at that car. Look at it. Get away, peasants. Get away, peasants.
Are you going to vote no on the money to
Profile. We saw that you paid $1 million in sales.
Die already. Go towards the light, Nancy.
We're not Russia's sponsored. We're not from China.
Literally, fuck anybody who supports Nancy Pelosi at this point. Fuck you. I don't know you.
Our headquarters is right here in the United States.
Get her ass.
We don't want you giving any more money to Israel.
Our bridges are crumbling. We have
Look at her.
Cisco has so many problems.
Human.
We need the money.
They dare talk to her.
Congresswoman, we need the money at home. Shame on you.
Look at her. She wants to punch him. You can see the evil dripping out of her. Need a couple more plastic surgeries, Nancy.
You are an Israel apologist.
Look at her.
You're an Israel.
Good God. We are so fucking doomed. And speaking of which, John Fetterman out here, folks. Classic whataboutism.
I think I've met with six family victim groups during all of this. And, you know, that should have stopped because everyone should have been home long ago.
Yes, but Israel is literally killing them. They're bombing the shit out of them, folks. Israel doesn't care. Israel has the doctrine that says they're allowed, the Hannibal doctrine, that says they're allowed to kill hostages, which they've done. They've killed many, as I'm about to show you. John Fetterman. It is people that want a ceasefire who actually care about the hostages. We're doing better than just calling for their release. We're calling for them not to be murdered by the indiscriminate bombing that Israel is doing. We're the ones that actually care about them, not your fake bought and paid for ass.
And I don't understand why.
Yeah, you don't understand a lot. Maybe you should go towards the light.
To anyone that is protesting or demanding for a ceasefire, let's be honest here. Why aren't you protesting to bring them all home right now?
Because the indiscriminate bombing is killing them. As I'm about to show you, it's murdering them. And it's also murdering lots of fucking children. Like 15,000. 75% of the people who are murdered in Palestine by the terrorist organization of the IDF are women and children. John Fetterman. So yes, hey, I demand, if it helps at all, I demand Hamas surrender and release all the hostages. And I also demand that Israel turn themselves over for investigation and everybody who has been found to have committed war crimes also get held accountable. And I also call for all of the hostages that Israel has, the thousands of Palestinians that locked up, also get released. So are you with me, John Fetterman? Are you with me to call it out on both sides, to call for the release of hostages on all sides, to call for the inter-murder on all sides, or not? Definitely not. You're okay with Israel killing anybody they fucking want to and then playing dumb about why we have a problem with it. Because you are a fucking shill. You sold your goddamn soul.
Why aren't you demanding that Hamas surrenders?
Why aren't you demanding that Israel surrenders?
Well, too. Because we know both of those happen. You know, there's going to be the ending of the suffering.
Bullshit. If Hamas was gone tomorrow, Israel would still have their fucking boot on the throats of Palestine because they want the fucking land. They want the beach property. They want to make condos with ocean views, motherfucker.
And the death of innocent Palestinians and Israelis as well, too. And now I support a two-state solution.
Well, Israel doesn't, so maybe call them out for it.
As well, but that is meaningless until Hamas is effectively eliminated.
It's meaningless until Netanyahu and the far-right government who controls Israel, who literally will be in jail tomorrow if he gets removed from power, which is why he's continuing this war, to keep himself out of prison. Call for that, Fetterman.
As well. Now, of course, because Hamas now disavows and rejects a two-state solution as well, too.
That's what Netanyahu said specifically.
And now they are committed to the destruction of Israel.
And Israel committed to the destruction of the Palestinian people, and they're way better at it. They've killed way more. They're the ones committing genocide. Hamas is not genociding Israel. It's the other fucking way around.
Again, I would never want to negotiate with a group that wants to commit it to my death as well. Bring all of these people back home now. End this. And stop pretending that this is some kind of equivalence.
Yeah, please stop pretending it's some kind of equivalence. 1,200 people were killed in a terrorist attack by Hamas, most likely allowed to happen by the Netanyahu government so they could stay in fucking power and not get put in prison. And then they turn around and murder, what is it, 25,000 people right now? More. TNT dropped than Hiroshima, destroying all the infrastructure, making sure they had nothing to return to, literally starving children. Why are you pretending there's some kind of equivalence here, you fucking hypocritical sack of shit?
Here now, this is like, bring him back.
And I bet, folks, the Democrats are going to reelect this guy. I would like to think otherwise, but I have no faith in the Democratic Party anymore. They are fucking evil. And here's what we're talking about, folks. The IDF. Shattering news, the IDF has notified 31 families that their loved ones who were hostages are no longer alive. All of Israel is mourning tonight. Who killed them? Translation, the IDF killed more of its own people in airstrikes, the Hannibal Doctrine. Who killed them? Huh? Curious. We're calling for a ceasefire because, yes, we want the innocent Palestinian women, children, men who are getting murdered not to die, but we also want the hostages Hamas has not to die, not to be killed by the Israeli government, which they're fucking doing in mass, John Fetterman. Why aren't you calling for this to stop immediately if you actually cared? Because you don't care. Because you're just shilling whatever talking point they tell you to because they paid you, you fucking disappointment. And lastly, people are giving a shout out to Bill Maher on this one for some reason. But I have a different take. Bill Maher says he axed a 2-hour Kanye West podcast. He already interviewed Kanye West for 2 hours. He decided he wasn't going to air it because he claimed he's a charming anti-Semite and he didn't want to contribute to Kanye West's anti-Semitism. But he already knew this about Kanye West before he interviewed him. And he's perfectly willing to go through with it. So why all of a sudden does he decide that he doesn't want to air this interview? I have no idea, but I can speculate that Kanye, while an amazingly awful person, probably caught out Israel for their war crimes, said some things that were probably true about the Holocaust going on in Palestine, and Bill Maher wasn't able to fire back without looking like the psychopathic, bloodthirsty animal he is. He probably got owned by Kanye on several points, made it look bad, and that's why he's not airing it. You know, if Bill Maher was looking good, if he was able to correctly shit on Kanye, make him look like an anti-Semite, he would be airing the fuck out of this, which is the entire reason he interviewed him again with, because he knew it was ratings gold. The reason he's hiding this 100% has to be because he looked bad in this interview. To save face. Definitely what the fuck happened. Release it, shit stain. And that's my Palestinian coverage. And we're going to roll into some riding with Biden, folks. Right off the fucking cliff. And y'all, I'm starting to agree with the right wingers that Biden is fucking gone. Joe Rogan starting to make sense now, folks. I push back on this narrative repeatedly, but what can I say about this shit, y'all?
There is some movement, and I don't want to, well, maybe choose my words. There's some movement. There's been a response from there's been a response from the opposition, but yes, I'm sorry, from Hamas, but it seems to be a little over the top. We're not sure where it is.
Holy God, could Democrats pick a candidate that's alive? What is this? This is really the best we can goddamn do? This and Trump in this fucking country. Really? There's been so much. Good God! This is so fucking frustrating. This goddamn child murderer doesn't even know what the fuck he is. Meanwhile, they keep pretending like they don't know why he's unpopular. The New Yorker. Joe Biden's weird perception problem. I wonder what it could be. It's so weird, huh? Why? Why could he have this weird problem? I wonder if it's because of the child murders. I wonder if it could possibly be because of all the goddamn child murders. It's not weird at all. Yeah, voters, he's committing genocide. Mainstream media, maybe he needs better PR. Voters, we can't afford basic necessities. What could it possibly be? He's cruel to migrants. It's all so weird. We don't understand why people don't like Biden. Just gaslighting 100% of the fucking time, folks. It's so insulting. Infuriating. And all right, that is my Palestine Ride with Biden section. Folks, we got a what the fuck section coming up, followed by two heroes. And then we're going to get the fuck out of here and go do a pretty good after party. So get your super chats in, what you guys got to say. Parsing his words, what a jerk. Definitely can't fucking talk. Not the best among us. Turn him off and reboot him. Don't reboot him, just turn him off. Sounds just fine to me, I know, right? Totally in his right mind. Nothing going on there. He needs smelling salts. He needs something. Needs a lobotomy. That's not just how he talks. Okay, regardless, even if that is just how he talks, that's not good. The fact that you got, I guess I didn't see it. I guess somebody's trying to defend that shit. But fuck you, first of all, for defending this child murdering, genocidal sack of fucking shit. Why are you, I'm not going to scream at you, but I want to. I don't know why you're like that. I don't know what's broken about you, but you need to fucking fix it immediately. Or else you should become a social pariah. You should pay a social penalty for defending child murders. And that social penalty should be nobody should have anything to do with you. You should be continuously told what a fucking sack of shit you are. You should be ostracized, shunned. And nobody should fucking have anything to do with you, in my opinion. And all right, folks, move right along. Got a couple of heroes for you. Let's fucking do it. We should be heroes just for one day. Somebody said, don't see, not defending him, but don't see other options. Well, fine, if you're going to say that, but do it in a way where you let it be known he's fucking awful, he's a child murderer, and you're only going to vote for him because of a gun in your head. Scream about it. Explain it with every breath how horrible it is, how horrible this situation is. But don't in any way water it down. Don't in any way make it seem like you're happy about this, like you're going to hold your nose and do it quietly. No, do it kicking and screaming as loud as you fucking can possibly do. That's the only acceptable way, in my opinion. And first off on Heroes, big shout out to the decent Hasidic Jews out there. A lot of amazingly good Jewish people who do not want this genocide in their name, who are fighting back, who are standing up to it. Let's call these people anti-Semitic, shall we? I still think your religion is goofy as fuck, based a lot on Jewish supremacy, but big, big ups to you guys for doing this. Thank you, you're heroes. All people, period. Jews, everybody need to stand up and do exactly the same thing. So I appreciate you. And last, I gave AOC some shit last week. She's been kind of disappointing recently, but she's one of the few who are actually willing to stand up and say things like this. So I'm gonna give her a big shout out, put her on the heroes list for this.
More than 1,200 Israelis were killed on October 7th, and 136 remain hostage. In response, 27,478 Palestinians have been killed, 70% of whom are women and children. And most Gazans today cannot reach a fully functioning hospital. This is not war. This is slaughter. And yet, after all this destruction and devastation, the Netanyahu government is still nowhere close to their stated objective of destroying Hamas. Moreover, the United States has our own requirements outlining the transfer of weapons to forces engaged in gross human rights violations. We have a responsibility to honor those laws, to facilitate a bilateral ceasefire, to move to end this campaign of mass casualty and loss of life that risks bringing the entire region closer to a wider, deadlier conflict. This bill contains $17 billion on top of the billions we already transfer every year with no conditions and no humanitarian aid for the most vulnerable. Everyday Americans should not tolerate this squandering of our resources without oversight on such an inhumane and ineffective operation, especially when we are living paycheck to paycheck and they cannot see their Congress address their most basic material concerns. I yield back.
That's a great speech. That's the kind of thing that she needs to be saying. So thank you for stepping up and saying it. I appreciate you. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing her be president. I mean, I have been disappointed in her, but like, what options do we have compared to Joe Biden? 1,000 million times better. It's not even close. Not even in the same universe. We need young leadership. Stat. And all right, folks, who loves overtime? You love overtime, and you love overtime, and everybody fucking loves overtime, right? And we still have a pretty okay show to go. I still got a nice size what the fuck section, followed by one palate cleanser. So reward me for overtime. But for now, it's time for some. What the fuck? And first of all, that's what the fuck. You guys see this one? This went super viral. Apparently, this Chinese live streamer only spends 3 seconds promoting each product. And she making $20 million a week doing this.
14块钱返22双，8块。
I'm in the wrong business.
16块钱50个以下来上车，10块，38 10块，10块。吹风机高功率
，That'll be $30,000, please.
上点关注，10块，14 15
I hate this world. We are awful. Asteroid 2024. And then you guys see this one? Talking about some butt puckering. At first, I thought this was fake, folks. This is not fake. This is real.
Where you going? Colonial Crest? Seriously? Get the fuck out.
Yo, wash your fucking mouth.
Okay, well, look, I have no problem.
Yo, wash your
I have
mouth,
no
man.
problem with you, but I'm trying to do a job
I
just
don't
like
give a fuck, nigga.
everybody
You gonna
else.
wash your fucking mouth. You gonna wash your talk to me, son.
Can you please
On my
get out
mother,
of my
son, you gonna
car?
wash your fuck you talking to me.
Okay.
On my mother.
Can you please get out of my car?
You gonna wash your fuck you talking to me. What's up?
Dude!
What's up with you, nigga? So what you trying to do?
All I'm asking you to do is
So what you
please
trying to
get
do?
out of my
Don't
car.
talk to me crazy, nigga. What's up? What's up?
Dude!
Get the fuck up.
I'm trying to get out of here. Can you please get out of my
Bring
car
your
right
fucking
now?
pockets. Everything you got, nigga. Everything
I don't
you
have
got,
anything
nigga.
in my
Everything
pocket.
you fucking got, I'll blow your fucking brain out.
Yo!
Get the fuck off my car.
Get out of my car right now!
Yo.
Get out of my car! Dude!
Man, he was way fucking calmer than I would have been. I'd have been shitting my britches. How do you stay that calm when you're being robbed? But he did it. And yeah, I checked it out. That was fucking real, folks. They arrested the guys for doing it. They tried to rob him and they arrested him. And then, how not to run a karaoke contest. I guess this old guy has his own karaoke machine, brought it into a local bar, and is working on tips. And furious that someone dare scream a metal song into his microphone. And I think he was more mad that he wasn't getting a lot of tip money. He probably bought that karaoke machine. He's like, man, I'm going to make so much money in tips. I'm going to host a karaoke show, be popular with all the kids and whatnot. Didn't work out, Grandpa. And speaking of what the fuck, did you guys see this one? In 2014, 24-year-old Daniela Liberani from Edinburgh had been having frequent nosebleeds for weeks. Long story short, she had a giant leech in her nose. Yeah, what? How the fuck do you not know there's a giant leech up your nose? I think you would feel it. Seems bad. Gross. And yikes. And then what the fuck, folks? Did you guys see the hate crime that got broadcast live on Fox News? So this is Guardian Angel Leader. You guys might remember this guy when a shoe on head decided to become the figurehead for the offshoot for the New York Young Republicans. This is the candidate they were pushing. This is the one that she agreed to be the spokesperson to push. Anyway, apparently they're out here harassing brown people, basically. Anybody they think might be an illegal in the streets of New York, because they're pushing this narrative that immigrants are the biggest threat to our society. And they basically attack a brown person on the street claiming he's an illegal alien. Before I show you this, spoiler alert, he's not. Let's have a look.
If you divide 53 million by 500, that's a $106,000 debit card. Not a bad deal. I don't think they're giving them to vets that are homeless in New York City. Not that I've heard, Curtis.
Well, in fact, our guys have just taken down one of the migrant guys right here on the corner, 42nd and 7th. While all this
Can you pan the camera?
They've taken over. They've taken over. You'd like the camera over there if at all possible.
Yep.
Yep, here they are, harassing a brown person.
You got your key open, guys.
So apparently the guy they're tackling and beating up was trying to
He is out of control.
interrupt the live interview on Fox News is why they're beating him up, really. It's not because he's an illegal immigrant, none of that.
There. All right, now Eric Adams often complains he's getting no support from the federal government.
Try to cut it off real quick. Yeah, that's your hate crime.
Joe Biden's
on Fox
unvetted
News.
illegals in New York. And that could be because of the so-called border czar is a little distracted right now. According to a report,
Brown shirts, got red shirts on. Look at this shit.
Has now suddenly, quote, found her footing.
Just unmitigated violence, pushing America, frighten all you old people, frighten everybody to be scared of brown people, so you just attack them on the streets. Fucking trash-ass country. And last but not least on what the fuck. Oh, yeah, sorry, I showed you this one. Yeah, the guy was not, in fact, an illegal immigrant. Been in this country since they were 10 years old and was just trying to get the guy's attention during his live interview. That's why they attacked him. So, yeah, might want to call the cops there for the hate crime we just saw, but they probably won't. They'll get away with it because they're white. Why not? And last but not least, finishing out the show tonight with one palate cleanser. I like this one, folks. I like to see people happy. Stop for just a second. So this guy basically is just riding around complimenting people, telling them that they're good looking and stuff and getting their genuine reactions, making them happy. And they're also happy. It's real cute. Let's watch.
Excuse me, miss, do you by any chance sell cameras? That's so crazy, because I could totally picture us dating.
Man, I'm going to have to cut that off because I didn't know that song was playing. They're going to fucking copyright me. They probably already did. And then what's going to happen is when they do that, I have to go through it, I have to mute that section. And what it does is it takes the side chat off the video. So when you're watching the video, you can't see the side chat anymore. This is what I have to go through to make sure the ads are not played. Because what they'll do is they'll copyright me because of that. I played maybe 5 seconds of that song. And then they'll put ads on the entire 2-hour broadcast. And they'll give these people the money for it. So you guys have to sit through ads for 2 hours. I'll make nothing from it. And if I remove it, the chat's gone. That's how the system works, folks. So that's why it's important to sign up for my Patreon and super chat me. Because I can't run ads on the show for that reason. And we'll get out of here, folks. So that's it, folks. We're going to do a quick, I guess we already did one sort of. We'll do another kitty party. And then we're going to do the after party. See all the stuff we got to cover, folks. We got a big after party tonight. You're not going to want to miss it. From here all the way down to here on tonight's after party. Available to all the Dust Buddies. If you got a free membership, come join me. Check out the community section and all the patrons. So please become a patron and help out the show. I really need you guys' support. And I thank you in advance. And all right, let's do the kitty party. Oh, let me read the super chats first. We did the kitty party. Let's see what we got on the super chats. Dave Cowell, I have a chronic stutter. I have had it all my life. I never once made me want to butcher Bubba's. Not once. He's not even stuttering there, though. He's just talking real slow. And he doesn't really know what he's saying. He seems very confused. It's not even about a fucking stutter. I stutter too. I stutter all the fucking time. Always have. Taylor Brown, welcome to the Dust Buddies. But I see you tonight at the after party. NFP me. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks the things y'all post. And Dusty says here, hell yeah, to the heroes too. Yep, we have a good crew. There's a lot of us that feel the same way. We're all in this together. I appreciate you. Dave, I can think of a perfect place to stick crudite platter. Fetterman, breathe deep. Dusty, did you get my first super chat? I thought I did, but I'll scroll up and make sure, Dave. Let's see. Scroll up. I thought I read it. It's possible I missed it. Let's see. Dave. Looking for Dave. Dave. I can think of I didn't see any more. Was there another one? Did anybody see the first one from Dave? Did I just miss it? I don't think it went through or something, man. Unless I'm just blind as shit, which is possible. Nope, that's the first one I saw, man. I'm sorry. But thank you. Big Black BBC 66, just because. Love you. Free Palestine. Hey, yeah, Free Palestine. Gonna see you at the after party, BBC. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Urban Bias, my words. Elon and Trump are prescription pill abusers. Yeah, there's a big article about how a lot of board members had to do drugs with Elon Musk. They got peer pressured into it. With Elon pretending it's ketamine, if Putin is still around this time next year, Trump will be seeking asylum in Russia, and Elon will turn lefties as China dries up. I've heard a lot of people say that's why Tucker Carlson's over there. They're setting he's paving the path for Trump to escape to Russia. Please put all your music on streaming. I'm old. A lot of it's already on my SoundCloud, which is there's a link to it in the description of the video. So go check that out. Polish Kabosh, $50, very generous. I'm going to read you so sexy. Longtime fan. Your show has gotten me through a lot of tough times. Thank you sincerely. Much love. Much love to you, Polish Kabosh. I'd put a kibosh on that ass all night long. Thank you, man. Or lady, whatever you are. Appreciate you. Have a good one. Very generous. Parker, what up, Parker? Sorry, last one I was delivering in the rain and my phone was acting up. Basically, the post office is hella anal about mail in normal non-election times, and during election times, time even more strict. Yep, I imagine they are, but I'm sure you're great at your job. You seem like you'd be perfect for that. Proud of you, Parker. BBC, more gifts coming your way, brother. Love the show. Here's more Kitty Cash. Already read that. All right, anything pop up? Kitties, hell yeah. Thank you, Kavon. You rock. And all right, time for the kitty party. Let's fucking do it. Go to the after party. All right, folks. You guys want some more treats? Who wants some treats? You're like, I do, Daddy, I do. All right, I'll give you these treats. These have weed in them. You can put your weed in there. I'm getting it. Yeah, I'm getting it. Give me a second. Fuck. All right, let's do it. All right, you want some of this? I can't tell. Who wants it? Nobody? Nobody wants this? All right, you don't get it, man. Just kidding. There you go. There you go. Come and get it. You want some? Better come and get it while you still can. We got a Pistachio, Pretty Boy, Misty, Violet, and Baby Piper. Come on. Jump on up here, Katana. There's Fat Katana. She can still jump up here at least. She's thinner than she used to be, though. All right. Cool. Folks, I'll be back on Friday. It is only a couple days away. Another episode of the world's greatest show coming at you. So be sure to sign up for our Patreon. Leave comments on the video. That helps the algorithm. Hit the bell if you haven't hit the bell. Subscribe, all of the things. It's not your first rodeo. You know the fuck this works, everybody. Love the chat, you guys. See you on Friday. The rest of you, after party right now. Hell yeah. Good night, everybody. All right, no song, but switch over now. Later, y'all.